This is the last press conference that I will have before we vote on Monday, the 1st of September. In those elections, the PPP will win and win with a handsome majority. I've said this before, and when I said this several months ago, I said it's not arrogance, because we've been working for the past 5 years, and the people of this country have seen the results of that work. We have a great deal of credibility going into these elections, unlike other political parties, because we have delivered on every promise we made. We go into these elections as the party that has the greatest capability of putting together sustainable plans and implementing those plans. And that requires capable, trusted, experienced leadership, and our party stands ahead of all the other competitors in that regard. And so the people across this country would have experienced this, they would have seen this, and they recognize that they're not going to put their futures at risk by taking chances on people who even don't have a clear agenda for the future, who've been making just promises that you know will never be implemented, or another political party that had 5 years to demonstrate that they were serious about what they told the people of the country from 2015 to 2020 and failed miserably. They failed miserably. They did not keep their promises to every group of Guyanese. Young people, the elderly, people of every race and every sector in the economy of the country. They failed our country miserably, and no one wants to take that risk again, particularly now since that party has diminished in stature and has also, in my view, diminished in leadership and leadership capability. So if it was bad between 2015 to 2020, with this current leadership, it could even be worse should there be an outcome where they were to emerge victorious. So today, I just want to repeat a few of the things that we have been focused on in the 5 years. We focused on turning around the economy that was in the doldrum. We focused on re-incentivizing sectors of our economy so that the people, Guyanese, who operate in those sectors could invest and grow. We've done so in the mining sector by changing the entire incentive regime there. We did so in the rice industry, we did so in the sugar industry, we did so in the hospitality sector. As a result of it, you see major investments in hotels, etc. We've done this for almost every sector of our country. And so today we have a much more diversified economy with more people earning much more and many more who are working in our country. That was the first area that we sought to tackle, and we did so successfully. The second area was to reduce the tax burden on people. We reversed APNU taxes, and we kept our promise of no new taxes in 5 years. The third area was to try to get benefits from the growing economy to be enjoyed by our people. consistent with the promises we made. And that's why free university education, scholarships, the children grant, doubling old age pension, investing in communities through greater roads for the comfort of people who live there. That was how we translated some of the benefits of a growing economy to our people. So these are just some of the things that we have worked on. We have worked on advancing our case at the ICJ. We're at a point now, a crucial point, where the completion of that process would require leadership, experienced leadership. So as we move forward, we do need capable leadership to continue to navigate our economy to greater prosperity. It's not simple. Our economy is going to do well in the oil and gas sector, but there's a risk to it too. And everyone only speaks about the upside. We're the only party that speaks about the balancing of risk, that should oil prices move downwards, all of the promises made by the opposition, in fact, none of them could be kept. Our promises could be kept even with a moderation of international prices, because we've been at this before. We have the experience to navigate the tough economic situations. We did so when the country was bankrupt, and we brought it back to financial viability. And we have already been speaking extensively about how we create a diversified economy that will generate thousands of higher paying new jobs in the non-oil sector, as well as ensure greater long-term prosperity. So you do need the leadership to do that. As I said before, this is the worst time to take a risk on our case with Venezuela. We've been pursuing this case diligently. We're at a stage at the ICJ where you need to see that process through to the completion. And hopefully we will get, in fact, we're very positive that we will get a good outcome for Guyana that would settle this controversy once and for all with Venezuela. But that does not mean that Venezuela, given the rogue regime that operates in that country, will accept the outcome. They've said this before, and that means that you would have to have a government with the skill to build coalitions, international coalitions, that would allow you to rebuff any attempt by Venezuela to harm our territorial integrity and sovereignty. And that coalition